Every morning you rise, you are born again. The world may appear the same. The sun may rise as it did yesterday, and your surroundings may not have changed. But what determines your day is not the outer world, but the world within you. The first breath you take as you awaken is not ordinary. It is a sacred invitation. It's the universe asking you, are you ready to walk with intention? So each morning, remind yourself of 6 powerful truths and let them anchor your day in clarity, resilience, and purpose. First, whisper to your spirit, I am responsible for my life. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the most liberating force there is. It means your story is in your hands, not dictated by others, not confined by the past, but carved by your present decisions. Do not search for blame or wait for the perfect conditions. With every action, you are writing your legacy. Then say to your mind, I am clear and focused. A wandering mind is like an untamed horse. It will lead you nowhere or worse, take you into harm. Bring awareness to your breath, and in doing so, bring stillness to your thoughts. Focus is a muscle, strengthened each time you choose what matters over what distracts. Next, remind your body, I honor discipline above motivation. Motivation comes and goes like the wind. Discipline is the earth beneath your feet, steady, unwavering, dependable. There is no growth without repetition, no mastery without structure. Your success will not be built on how you feel, but on what you do despite how you feel. Then breathe into your soul, I am aligned with my purpose. You are not here by accident. There is something only you can do, a frequency only you emit, a path only you can walk. Live not for approval, not for applause, but in harmony with that which makes your spirit come alive. If you do not know your purpose yet, then let today be the day you walk closer to discovering it through honesty and stillness. Tell yourself next, I release what I cannot control. So much energy is lost to resistance, to trying to change what is already unfolding. The seasons do not fight the wind, they move with it. Be like the bamboo, strong in your roots, flexible in your sway. Control your breath, your response, your discipline, and leave the rest to the flow of life. And finally, speak this truth with courage. Today I grow through challenge. Do not seek an easy life. Seek to be a strong person. The obstacle is the opportunity. The pain is the pathway. Just as steel is forged in fire, you are refined through adversity. Let no difficulty leave you the same. Grow through it. Learn from it. Rise because of it. And throughout it all, remember this sacred truth. Presence is your power. The past is memory. The future is imagination. The only moment you truly own is now. The breath you are taking is your tempo. The heartbeat in your chest is your rhythm. When you walk with full presence, the universe walks with you. So rise not merely from your bed, but into your spirit. Do not rush into the noise. Enter the day like a warrior enters the temple, with reverence, with purpose, with power. Tell yourself these truths each morning, not as empty affirmations, but as living principles. Embody them. Live them. Let your mornings become your ritual, and your ritual become your strength. The path to mastery does not begin when the world watches. It begins in the quiet, in the dark, in the silence of your own mind. So speak the truth and then live it. That is how transformation is born. I'm responsible for my life. These words are not simply a statement. They are a declaration of personal power. They mean that I no longer wait for others to change so that I can be happy. I no longer seek to place blame on my circumstances, on the past, or on those around me. Instead, I recognize that every choice I make, every thought I allow, every emotion I nurture, and every action I take contributes to the life I experience. I may not control everything that happens to me, but I absolutely control how I respond, how I grow from it, and how I shape my path moving forward. Responsibility is not a weight. It is a key that unlocks the door to freedom. It empowers me to rise above victimhood and to step into the role of the conscious creator of my destiny. When I take responsibility, I take back my energy from everything I gave it to, from excuses, from doubt, from fear, and I channel that energy into movement, into purpose, into transformation. Taking responsibility means I become deeply honest with myself. It means I stop saying I can't when I really mean I won't. It means I become aware of how my habits, my patterns, and my mindset are influencing my reality. It invites me to pause and reflect before reacting, to make choices that are aligned with the person I aspire to become rather than the version of myself I've outgrown. Being responsible for my life means I do not expect someone else to fix what I haven't been willing to face. It means I recognize that the world owes me nothing, and in that realization, I discover that I have everything I need within me to evolve. I am responsible for my peace, for my growth, for my healing, and for my success. I do not wait for the right time. I create it. I do not rely on luck. I rely on discipline. Every day, I step forward knowing that my life is the reflection of my inner choices, and in that I find both power and peace. Responsibility is not the end of comfort. It is the beginning of liberation. My mind is clear and focused. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and endless demands, this is not just a statement. It is an intention I must choose every day. A clear mind is not something that happens by accident. It is cultivated with awareness, practice, and stillness. When my mind is clear, I am not pulled in 1,000 directions by worry, doubt, or outside influence. I am anchored in presence. I see what matters and I let go of what does not. Focus does not mean I never get distracted. It means I return again and again to what is meaningful. It means I train my attention like a disciplined monk trains the body, gently, consistently, and with purpose. A focused mind is a powerful tool. It allows me to go deep instead of wide, to be effective rather than busy, and to build mastery rather than scatter my energy. When I am clear, I do not react to life. I respond. I do not absorb chaos. I witness it without losing myself. My clarity becomes my shield. My focus becomes my compass. Thoughts will come, thoughts will go, but I do not have to follow everyone. I observe, I choose, I direct. My mind is not a storage space for anxiety. It is a sacred space for awareness. I breathe deeply, I move slowly, and I think consciously. When challenges arise, I do not panic. I remain calm because I have trained my mind to meet resistance with intention. I choose what I feed my thoughts with: silence over noise, purpose over confusion, and peace over pressure. A focused mind begins with knowing what truly matters to me. I let go of the superficial so that the essential can guide me. With clarity, I become more than just productive. I become aligned. With focus, I become more than just active. I become impactful. Each day, I return to the breath, to the present moment, to the path that I have chosen. My attention is sacred, and I will not waste it. My clarity is strength, and I will protect it. My mind is clear and focused because I choose to train it. Not once, but continuously, until it becomes a reflection of the stillness I hold within. I will honor discipline over motivation. Motivation is fleeting, a spark that comes and goes with emotion, but discipline is the steady flame that continues to burn even when the excitement fades. It is easy to act when I feel inspired, when everything aligns, when the mood is right, but the true test of character is what I do when I feel nothing, no energy, no fire, no desire. That is where discipline steps in. Discipline is not about punishment or force. It is about devotion. It is a daily choice to show up, not because I feel like it, but because I committed to a higher standard for myself. I understand that waiting for motivation is a trap. If I wait to feel ready, I will wait forever. But when I choose discipline, I choose progress, consistency, and mastery. Discipline means I rise early when I would rather sleep. It means I keep promises to myself even when no one is watching. It means I do the hard thing, the uncomfortable thing, because I know the reward is growth, not comfort. Every time I choose discipline, I strengthen my will. I become someone I can trust. I don't depend on external factors to move forward. I generate power from within. I understand that excellence is not born from inspiration, but from repetition. Discipline builds structure in the chaos, order in the noise, and direction in the uncertainty. I will honor it because it is sacred. I will not negotiate with excuses. I will not allow temporary feelings to dictate permanent outcomes. My dreams are not small, and so my discipline cannot be weak. I move, I act, I show up, not just once, but day after day, moment after moment. This is how transformation is created. This is how purpose is lived. Discipline becomes my guide when motivation is nowhere to be found. It reminds me that the goal is not to feel good now, but to become someone greater tomorrow. I do not rely on momentum. I rely on integrity. When the day is hard, when my mind resists, I return to this truth. I will honor discipline over motivation because discipline is the bridge between who I am and who I am destined to become. I am aligned with my purpose. This means that every step I take, every word I speak, and every decision I make flows from a deeper knowing within me. Purpose is not something I chase. It is something I live. It is not found in the noise of the world, but in the silence of my soul. When I'm aligned with my purpose, I am not swayed by opinions, not distracted by comparison, and not confused by fleeting trends. I know who I am, why I am here, and what truly matters to me. This alignment gives my life direction, not just motion. It gives my actions meaning, not just activity. I move not to impress, but to express the truth that lives in me. I no longer feel lost because my purpose acts as my compass, pointing me toward fulfillment, not just success. When I live in alignment, I feel a deep sense of peace even when the path is hard. Because I know I'm walking the right path, the one meant for me, I stop living on autopilot. I stop pleasing others to the point of abandoning myself. Instead, I listen. I listen to my inner voice, the quiet guide that whispers when I pause, when I breathe, when I truly pay attention. Our purpose may not always be loud or obvious, but it is constant. It shows up in the things that light me up, in the challenges that keep returning, in the moments where time disappears and presence expands. Being aligned with my purpose does not mean life becomes easy, but it becomes true. The struggles I face become meaningful. The work I do becomes sacred. The energy I give is no longer wasted on things that drain me, but invested in things that grow me. I am no longer trying to be everything to everyone. I am becoming fully myself, and that is enough. My purpose is not in the future, it is in this moment. It is in how I show up, how I love, how I serve, and how I grow. I may evolve, but the core of who I am remains. I am aligned with my purpose, and in that alignment, I find strength, clarity, and peace. I let go of what I cannot control. There is great peace in surrender, not the kind that means giving up, but the kind that means acceptance. Holding on to what is beyond my power only creates resistance, and resistance breeds tension, anxiety, and suffering. Life is constantly changing, and no matter how much I try to predict, plan, or manipulate outcome, there will always be variables outside my reach. I cannot control the actions of others, the opinions they hold, or the events that unfold beyond my influence. But I can control how I respond. I can choose presence over panic, calm over chaos, and trust over fear. Letting go does not mean I stop caring. It means I stop forcing. I stop trying to bend life to my will and instead learn to flow with it. Like a river moving around rocks, I adjust, I adapt, and I continue forward. The more I release the need to control, the more space I create for peace to enter. I begin to understand that my real power lies not in trying to command the outer world, but in mastering my inner world. I take responsibility for my choices, my energy, my focus, but I release the weight of outcomes I cannot dictate. When I let go, I make room for trust. I begin to trust the timing of life, the wisdom of the unseen, and the lessons that come wrapped in discomfort. I start to see that even what I once feared or resisted may be serving a higher purpose in my journey. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the strength to release attachment and accept the unfolding of life with grace. It allows me to be lighter, freer, and more grounded. I stop fighting against the current and instead I learn to swim with it. In doing so, I conserve my energy for what truly matters. I become more rooted in the now, no longer consumed by the weight of what might be. I let go not because I'm passive, but because I choose peace over struggle. I let go because I value my well-being, my clarity, and my alignment. And in this letting go, I discover that the freedom I was chasing was always within me. Today, I will grow through challenge. I do not run from discomfort or hide from struggle because I understand that every obstacle I face carries within it the seed of transformation. Challenges are not punishments, they are invitations to rise. They reveal the parts of me that are still developing, the beliefs I need to confront, the fears I must overcome, and the strength I may not yet realize I possess. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens when I am stretched, when I am uncertain, when I must rely not on what I already know, but on what I am willing to learn. Each challenge I encounter is an opportunity to deepen my character, sharpen my focus, and align with resilience. I do not need a perfect path. I need a committed heart. When things are hard, I do not break. I become more aware. I look within and ask what this moment is trying to teach me. I face it not with resistance but with courage. I breathe through it not to escape it but to meet it fully. Challenges are the gateway to wisdom, to humility, and to strength. They force me to slow down, reflect, and move with intention rather than reaction. Growth through challenge is not about winning every battle. It is about becoming someone who learns from every experience. I allow difficulty to refine me, not define me. I use pressure to forge discipline, confusion to spark clarity, and failure to fuel progress. Each moment of struggle is a mirror showing me what I still need to heal, what I still need to strengthen, and what I am capable of when I commit fully to the process. I trust that every challenge I face today has a purpose, even if I don't see it yet. I know that setbacks are setups for deeper transformation. Today, I meet resistance with persistence. I choose growth over avoidance, learning over fear, and progress over perfection. My power is not in avoiding pain, but in transmuting it into something meaningful. So I welcome the challenges, not because they are easy, but because they are necessary. Today, I will grow through challenge, and in doing so, I will rise into a more powerful version of myself. Presence is my power. In a world that constantly demands my attention, presence is the rarest and most valuable gift I can offer to myself and others. It is the art of being fully here, undistracted, grounded, and awake to the richness of this moment. When I am present, I am not trapped in the regrets of the past or the worries of the future. I am connected to the now, where life truly unfolds. Everything real happens in this space. The breath I take, the choices I make, the peace I create. Presence is where I find clarity, where my intuition speaks, and where my true strength arises. It is not about slowing down the world, but about calming the noise within me so that I can meet the world from a place of stillness and awareness. When I am present, I respond with intention rather than react from habit. I listen deeply, I see clearly, I feel fully. I do not miss the subtle signs, the quiet beauty, the sacred simplicity of what is happening right in front of me. In presence, I am no longer scattered, no longer pulled in 1,000 directions. My energy becomes focused, my actions become meaningful, and my impact becomes real. Presence turns routine into ritual and ordinary moments into sacred ones. It transforms how I move, how I speak, and how I connect with others. Even challenges shift when I am present. I face them with a calm heart and a clear mind. I'm no longer resisting what is. I'm working with it. The power of presence is not loud, but it is unshakable. It brings me back to myself again and again, reminding me that I don't need to chase what I already carry within. Every time I return to presence, I reclaim my power from distraction, anxiety, and fear. I return to truth. I return to peace. I return to alignment. Presence is not something I visit. It is something I practice, moment by moment, breath by breath. It is in this practice that I build a life that feels real, connected, and whole. Presence is my power because it is the foundation of awareness, and awareness is the beginning of all transformation.